Concerned, frustrated, deflated, but not worried just yet. Bournemouth match review. Welcome back to the video on the channel, Newcastle fans. If you are new to Black and White Banter, you've just randomly stumbled across us tonight on your Saturday night or your weekend, maybe with a glass of wine in hand, and you've never been on our page before, make sure you drop down, just give us one of these. Little cheeky thumbs up gets us a little bit further on that YouTube search bar to other Newcastle fans. And if you, for any reason at all, you like my opinion by the end of this video, if you want to whack the subscribe button, you'll be notified every single time I post one out there. So it's a bit of a deflated video tonight, I think, as most Newcastle fans will feel. I think I'll voice that for everyone. Bournemouth at home, you want to be winning. You should be winning. We should be. I mean, I said on the match preview, if you are going to look at 38 fixtures in a Premier League season, there is one game, that you're going to look at and be like, right, that's the banker. That's where we're definitely picking up 3 points. It's Bournemouth at St. James Park. They've been the whipping boys for a lot of teams coming into the season. I know they've changed managers since. Did we underestimate them a little bit today in that 1-1 draw? Maybe. I think I did. I had us down to win 4-0, which I never do. I think most Newcastle fans just automatically expected a very good performance today, which never came. But I think we maybe did underestimate them. I thought they were okay in counter-attacking areas, better than I thought. And yes, they put 10 men behind the ball. They had a game plan today. They basically said, right Newcastle, right Bruno, right Isaac, we're going to sit back, let's see what you've got. And what's concerning for me is that when a team has done that and said, give me everything you've got, we haven't really had the answers. And this isn't the first time now. I'm not worried. As I said at the start of the video, there's a very big difference. I think worry would be more, should we change the manager? That's not where I'm at all. I'm a million miles from there because I think Eddie Howe is building something. But my concern is the fact that we are creating so little. And it's happened against Nottingham Forest where we couldn't put chances away until Shah banged in that screamer, if you remember, in our only win. Crystal Palace, when we should have won, obviously through VAR, yes, but we created chance after chance. We battered them possession-wise and couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And it's becoming a recurring theme at St. James's Park, and I think other teams are going to start watching that. I think there's going to be lots of teams. I think we've got Brentford at home next. They're going to watch how Bournemouth set up. Can it work? Can we stifle them a little bit? Yes, we maybe can. And I said at the end of the transfer window, and I'm going to go on record and say this, I'm not sounding like Mr. Know-it-all, but I said, it's just my opinion, when the transfer window slammed shut on September the 1st, and we didn't get those attacking players that Eddie Howe obviously wanted. Yes, we got Isaac. We needed a backup striker. Well, backup, I say backup. That's probably disrespectful to him. Another striker. We got him, £58 million. Wow, he looks like he could be some player. But we all know Eddie Howe wanted a winger. Eddie Howe wanted a central attacking midfielder. And I said that the difference for me between us having a very good season, some Newcastle fans talking top 6, top 7, top 8, the kind of season like that, and just having a solid season, you know, maybe top 10, 11, top 11 in the Prem, would be whether we added to those attacking positions. We didn't. I think Eddie Howe was frustrated. He came across as frustrated in the last weeks of the transfer window that things had gone slow. James Maddison bids turned down. We were after Diaby, I think, for a long spells. I think we looked at Cornet from Burnley, just lots of different positions. Obviously, lots of Paqueta talk, but because we didn't add to those positions, particularly a winger, in my opinion, that's what we needed. We just don't have that quality. We don't. And I'm looking at either wing today. Biggest workhorses in the Premier League. You are not going to get two players who run and graft more, as they did again today, than Ryan Fraser, our little Scot, on the left side, and Miguel Almiron, what almost feels like every Newcastle fan's child. Never stops smiling, never stops running. But that's, for me, is about as much quality as what they add. I don't think Ryan Fraser has enough in the locker to create that assist ratio that he got when he was at Bournemouth with Callum Wilson. I'm still yet to see that from him. I'm just seeing a willing runner. Does offer us something, but to start Premier League matches, I'm just not so sure, like week in, week out. Almiron, anyone who watches my videos regularly, and I know there's not many of you, will know that Miguel Almiron is not one of my favourite Newcastle players. I don't think he has enough in his locker, goals-wise, assists-wise. He's got 1 foot, so I hate seeing him on the right-hand side because he refuses to use his right so often, and it frustrates me. And they run. And yes, they have their place in the team when we're up against the Kosh. Ryan Fraser and Miguel Almiron, when you go to Manchester City away, are going to be worth their weight in gold in what they can give energy-wise, distance covered. But are they going to create chances for us to score goals and have that great season? I'm just not convinced. So then you look a little bit to the bench, and I think Eddie Howe having to bring on Jacob Murphy every single match so far this season, I think he's brought him on, tells me everything I need to know about where our squad depth is. Because yes, if Alan St-Maximin was fit today, would he have changed the game? I think he would have. Would I even be as ballsy as to say we might have won today if Alan St-Maximin was playing? Yes. I think that Bournemouth fullback would have had nightmares over watching him over playing against him. He can do things that no one else in the Newcastle team can do. He can unlock doors. He can find pockets of space and get out of them. And the way Bournemouth set up to put so many men behind the ball, I think he would have caused them nightmares. I really do. So then, if he's fit again, and Callum Wilson as well, that maybe puts your Ryan Frasers on the bench. And I still don't think those are the good enough sort of players to change games. So Eddie Howe, for me, has his hands tied as a plan B. Because he's bringing on Jacob Murphy, who's not Premier League quality. He's bringing on Chris Wood, who changes our playing style completely because he's a static striker. And he's bringing on Sean Longstaff, who, let's face it, yes, he can put a shift in central midfield, but he's not going to change a game. He really isn't. And that's what goes back to what I was saying about us having a very good season, and a good season is whether Eddie Howe could have brought in some attackers. And unfortunately, in the window, as wonderful as it was, it didn't happen. We got the Botmans, we got the Popes, we got Isaac. Fantastic. This is the kind of astronomical money being spent that us Newcastle fans a year ago, under that fat Cockney BISTARD, would have only dreamt of £58 million and £40 million. So yes, we've signed some incredible talent, and the future is bright, but because we never got any attackers, I'm just not sure. And today it showed. Defensively, I thought we were a little bit shaky today. I thought Matt Targett had an off day. He was giving away lots of clumsy fouls. He didn't really look, his head didn't really look in it today. And I think Dan Burn, as much as I love him, Geordie boy, he's done a cracking job since he's come in. I love the guy. I think he's a quality defender and a great signing. I think Dan Burn playing with Shah only proved to me that Botman is our better centre-back at the moment. Botman's better on the ball, more composed. His aerial duels percentage rate has been fantastic since he's come to the club. But most importantly for me, he reads the game a couple of steps ahead. And I think Dan Burn got caught a couple of times today. I've watched the goal back from Billen, and I think it's his man. And he's appealing offside, but you can't rely on that in the Premier League. You really can't. And he's totally free. And I just thought, Fabian Schär, for me, looks the guaranteed starter at the moment because Eddie Howe wants a right-footed centre-back and a left-footed centre-back, as I would if I was Newcastle manager. And I think Schär's got that one synced in. He's not going anywhere in his position, and it's between Botman and Burn. And Botman, for me, is winning. And I think Burn coming in today was an eye-opener to see what the two look like sort of against each other. Now we've watched Botman and Schär and Burn and Schär, and I think Botman's winning 100%. So I would like to see, I don't know why Eddie Howe changed it. I was frustrated a little bit. Maybe a reason for it. But for Fulham, I would like to see Botman come back in now next game. I thought Bruno being back was wonderful. He was trying to pull the strings. He maybe didn't look as sharp as he would have 2 or 3 weeks ago, but he certainly had that bit of class trying to make things happen. I thought Joe Linton put in another solid shift. Should he have scored when he hit the post? I thought it was a nice attempt, but yes, maybe he should have. Just slot it in the bottom corner. But again, it was probably one of the only chances we created, that and Trippier hitting the post. There wasn't too much else going on for us really to get excited about, which is worrying again. Fraser and Almiron again, full of running, not much else. And Isaac, well, we were all excited to see him play. I was delighted to see him get his first goal at St. James Park from the penalty spot, but he's feeding off scraps. You can't criticise a striker who's still learning the Premier League, can I just say, but you cannot criticise him when he's got nothing to go off. Whether it was, I thought some of our high balls were sloppy today. I thought as soon as we moved in between the lines in that final third, our transitions into attack, whether it was trying to slip Almiron, passing it around the box, it was just poor. We were really, really poor. And Bournemouth, fair play to them, They congested that central area, and I've never seen us look sort of like lacking in space as much as we were today because they put so many men behind the ball. But I don't know, moving forward, it's a concern we're not winning football matches. Yes, we had to beat, which is wonderful because I haven't been able to say that about many Newcastle teams for a long time. But that performance today was not good enough. Eddie Howe's come out and said it. That was one of the worst games I've seen under Eddie Howe, particularly at St. James's Park since he's been manager, which sounds a big statement, but it's true. We were lacklustre, lacking ideas, just a little bit flat. Just that's the best way I could describe even us going forward. There wasn't that clicky. We've dominated teams at St. James's so far this season with good, crisp, fast passing and a willingness to get up the pitch as quickly as, and we didn't have that today. And Bournemouth must be absolutely clapping their hands to get a point. That's a fantastic result for them, I think, and their fans. But we need to turn this around. We've got Fulham next away, which is not an easy game because they've started the season wonderfully, and Mitrovic is obviously going to be up for that one. And then we've got like the likes of Brentford as well, and then Man United and Tottenham on the horizon in October as well. So we need to start finding a way to win football matches. I'm hoping Maximin's going to be back for Fulham. I would assume he is. I would maybe even think Wilson's back. So that changes our dynamic. We're going to be the squad is going to be fully fit. Eddie Howe's going to actually have selection problems, which is good in attack. But we just lacked something today. We really did, and I think every Newcastle fan's gone into that game expecting 3 points and almost shocked at how flat we looked. So, yeah, we move on to the next one. As I said at the start of the video, and I'm going to go back to it, I'm not worried. I'm just concerned and frustrated this week. I'm concerned about those options off the bench and our attacking quality as the season goes on. And I'm frustrated that we haven't come away with what should really have been 3 points. If you are new to the channel, Newcastle fans, I do always want to know what you thought, so please get down in that little comment section. Let me know if you were at the match today, if you watched it. Were you annoyed? Are you one of these ones I've seen on social media tonight? Really angry. I've even seen some people calling for any, question of the manager, which I don't like to see. I think not Newcastle fans, but just football fans in general, jump the gun too fast. We have only lost one game, so let us know. Hey, everyone's opinion's different, and that's what I love about football. So let us know what you think about everything today and how frustrated you maybe feel. And if you are new Newcastle fans to Black and White Banter, like I said, give us one of these. Even one of these, I don't mind. One or the other, it helps us get up there on that search bar and get us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, TikTok as well. I'm down with the kids now on TikTok. I've got no doubts I'll touch down for some kind of video over the international break. It's 2 weeks without a game. So there'll be something to discuss, whether it's selection headaches, whether it's injury news, who knows. But onwards and upwards to the next game. Let's recharge, refresh, and go back after Fulham in a couple of weeks. Away the lads.